Defying victim blaming, unleashing the power of empathy and support. Introduction. In today's society, victim shaming has become an unfortunate reality. It occurs when individuals blame victims of crimes, harassment, or discrimination, instead of holding the perpetrators accountable. Victim shaming perpetuates a culture of silence, fear, and injustice, often leaving survivors feeling isolated and discouraged from seeking help. However, it is time to shift the narrative and turn the tables on victim shamers. By promoting empathy, support, and awareness, we can challenge victim shaming and foster a society that champions justice and compassion. Understanding victim shaming. Victim shaming is a harmful phenomenon that manifests in various forms. It occurs when people question victims' credibility, integrity, or behavior, instead of focusing on the actions of the perpetrators. Whether it is a survivor of sexual assault, domestic violence, or any other form of mistreatment, victim shaming adds an extra layer of pain and trauma to their experience. It often perpetuates harmful stereotypes and myths, suggesting that victims are to blame for the injustices they have suffered. Shifting perspectives, empathy and compassion. To combat victim shaming, it is crucial to foster empathy and compassion within society. It starts with recognizing that victims are not responsible for the actions of their perpetrators. By promoting empathy, we encourage individuals to place themselves in the shoes of survivors, understand their experiences, and acknowledge the tremendous courage it takes to come forward and share their stories. Rather than questioning victims, let us direct our focus towards holding the perpetrators accountable. This shift in perspective enables us to challenge the deeply ingrained societal norms that perpetuate victim shaming. It requires us to listen actively, validate survivors' experiences, and create a safe space where they can share their stories without fear of judgment. Supporting survivors, breaking the silence. Support is paramount for survivors who have been victimized and subsequently shamed. By offering a supportive environment, we encourage survivors to break their silence, seek justice, and rebuild their lives. This support can take many forms, such as 1. Believing survivors. One of the most powerful actions we can take is to believe survivors when they come forward. Validation helps restore their sense of dignity and self-worth. 2. Providing resources. Communities, organizations, and governments should prioritize the provision of accessible resources, including counseling, legal assistance, and helplines for survivors seeking help and guidance. 3. Raising awareness. Educating society about the consequences of victim shaming is essential. By shedding light on this issue through awareness campaigns, social media advocacy, and public discussions, we can challenge societal norms and bring about change. 4. Encouraging reporting. Encouraging survivors to report incidents empowers them to reclaim their voice and contributes to the accurate documentation of crimes. Ensuring that reporting systems are responsive, sensitive, and respectful is crucial for survivors' well-being and confidence in the justice system. Changing the narrative. Media responsibility. The media plays a significant role in shaping public opinion. Journalists and media outlets should exercise responsible reporting by avoiding victim-shaming language and focusing on the actions of perpetrators. By providing accurate and unbiased coverage, they can contribute to an environment that supports survivors and encourages others to come forward. Conclusion. The time has come to turn the tables on victim shamers and create a society that values empathy, support, and justice. By challenging victim-blaming narratives, fostering empathy, and providing support to survivors, we can create an environment where victims feel safe and empowered to share their stories. Each of us has a role to play in dismantling victim shaming, promoting understanding, and advocating for a more compassionate society. Together, we can bring about a cultural shift that ensures justice for survivors and participates in their healing process. Turning the tables on victim shamers requires a collective effort from individuals, communities, and institutions. It begins with each of us examining our own biases and challenging victim-blaming attitudes. By educating ourselves about the complexities of trauma and the experiences of survivors, we can cultivate empathy and understanding. Community organizations and support groups play a vital role in providing a safe space for survivors to share their stories, find solace in the company of others who have similar experiences, and access resources for healing and recovery. These groups can also organize workshops, seminars, and awareness campaigns to educate the public about the detrimental effects of victim shaming. Educational institutions should incorporate discussions on consent, healthy relationships, and the importance of empathy into their curricula. By teaching young people about respect, boundaries, and the impact of victim shaming, we can shape future generations that reject this harmful behavior. Legal systems and law enforcement agencies must prioritize the protection of survivors and ensure their voices are heard. Sensitivity training for police officers, judges, and lawyers is crucial to prevent victim shaming during legal proceedings. Additionally, laws should be enacted or strengthened to address and discourage victim shaming, sending a clear message that it is unacceptable and punishable. Media outlets have a responsibility to report on incidents involving victims with compassion, sensitivity, and accuracy. Journalists should be mindful of the language they use and refrain from perpetuating stereotypes or blaming victims. By portraying survivors as courageous individuals who deserve support, the media can help dismantle victim-shaming attitudes within society. Social media platforms can also play a role in combating victim shaming. By implementing strict policies against harassment, cyberbullying, and victim blaming, these platforms can create a safer online environment for survivors to share their stories and seek support. Online communities that actively promote empathy and understanding can serve as a powerful force against victim shaming. In conclusion, turning the tables on victim shamers requires a collective effort to foster empathy, provide support, and challenge societal norms. By believing and supporting survivors, providing resources, raising awareness, and promoting responsible reporting, we can create a society that empowers victims and holds perpetrators accountable. It is only through a combined commitment to change that we can create a world where victim shaming becomes a thing of the past. Let us stand together, united in compassion and justice, to turn the tables on victim shamers and build a future that uplifts and supports all survivors.